All right, welcome to the Ramah Coach's Corner, where we're here to answer questions and to give you more information about our program.
Mhm. All right, I'll be asking a few questions, some questions people might want to know. So I ask these questions. This is Director Bakari Rollison, is the director of the program. I'm Coach Crawford, the head coach. So I'll be asking a few questions. Um, when most people see us, they say JUCO. So what separates us from a prep school? So why are we saying JUCO? Because we know we're not with the NJCAA. We're independent JUCO. So please explain
Well, we
that.
are an independent program, not associated with the NJCAA. We are in the Big Coast Conference. We are a non-traditional 2-year program. Reason why we call it JUCO because you come in right away. You take your 12 college courses, accredited courses that are SACS regional accredited at the local institution, and get your way on to building your case to become a 4-year college football player. That's what separates us from most prep programs. They get you in, take your 2 high school core classes, which my understanding you're only allowed to take 1. If you take 2, then you still are academically ineligible, and you will have to go ahead and start your college courses. And it's like I ain't saying that you're wasting your time, but you want to go ahead and move forward and start off as a college student.
Okay. Uh, how many years have we been running?
We've been running now for going on 4 years. Getting ready. Well, we started into our 5th year, but going into our 4th playing year.
Okay. So the heart and soul of this program has been defense. And each year we analyze, we want to become better and better and make the program better and better. Through this time, of course, we know doing this on our own, starting up from ground up, there's going to be ups and downs, and we've had some ups and downs, but each year we've been able to build and build. So tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we have had our ups and downs, and issues with with working on building the perfect program, to bring in the perfect athletes, to bring in the perfect student that wants to go to the next level. We push and we strive with education, and we also over the past few years, defense has took us to championship games. Defense has made this program what it is today. We've analyzed where we at. We now know that we can bring in the perfect defensive players to build a great program, but we've now started completely working on bringing in great offensive players. This year, 2020, we look to be a well-balanced program, bringing in a lot of 3 and 4-star athletes to help us continue building success throughout our future years.
Yeah, and these 3 and 4 star athletes, a lot of people they go, hey, that's a 3 star. And what people understand why they rate the stars is how they perform on the field and the things they look at these camps when they go to these camps. Some of these guys might be 2 stars, 3 stars, and 4 stars, like you said. But people might say, well, how come a 3 or 4 star coming to your program? Well, some of them might not meet that criteria with their grades or the test scores or something like that. So kind of explain that too.
Well, some guys don't meet up to that with the test scores, and so we look at how they go to these camps and how they've been graded. But personally, me, I'll just look at ability, because it's how bad you want it. What type of athlete do you truly want to be? Are you coachable? Are you willing to listen to what you're being told? Do you want to get up and go to practice? You want to be a D1 athlete and not D1 that just associated with someone. That's how I explain it to everybody. D1 athletes get up every day. Those are your 3 and 4-star athletes. They get up every day, they go to practice, they go to the classroom. And if they have issues, they put themselves in a perfect situation to correct those issues so they can move on to the next level.
Yeah, and there's also understanding too where I see a lot of young men, D1 athlete. At the end of the day, everybody's not going to be a Division 1 athlete. You still have guys that might be NIA, Division 3, Division 2, and a lot of those guys get discovered too from these pro programs, like it's the NFL, and now you got the XFL. So there's more opportunities out there. So they have to understand too, it's not really where with the size of the school, because you're that great and you're good, they're going to find you. So you look at the last 20 years, what we got, a lot of these guys that come from smaller schools. So it's just about you getting an opportunity to go to a 4-year institution and then rather being at home doing anything, right?
Right. Well, some guys, I mean, you get a lot of great football out of 1A, 2A, and 3A guys. And a lot of programs feel like you can only find 3 and 4 and 5 star athletes in some of your bigger classification of divisions. But we've actually been able to find great athletes in 1A and 2A and 3A schools and help them move on to get scholarships.
So, a lot of things are going around, and people just want to know and everything. The main thing with us is we're straightforward with you. I think if you just do come here and do what we ask of you and what we tell you from the beginning, you'll be all right as long as you're listening. Being coachable is the number one thing, and also tell everyone, hey, we made a few coaches changes this year, moved some coaches around. We brought in 2 new coaches. And everything. So kind of tell us more about that.
Yeah, we made quite a few coaching changes to help put us in a better situation. Because if you think you got it perfect the first time around, you have to really look at yourself. You always want to get better. So some people got to be shifted around. Ideas have to be changed. And what we've implemented to make sure we get in the perfect athletes in our program, because we feel like with our changes in our coaching positions, we got a good stable foundation. And to make sure that we do get a good, strong, solid athlete in our program, we put together a criteria. A lot of programs designed like ours, which is, again, this is a non-traditional 2-year JUCO program. We require a drug test. And then we're going to have a consent form signed where you'll be submitted to 2 randoms if needed to be throughout the football season. You have to have your background check. You have to have your physical. You have to have a letter of recommendation to be within our program. We went that far with it because we want to make sure that we get quality football players. And those type of guys that we bring in that meet those criteria, generally when we tried it and tested it out, those guys go to class and they come to practice. They do everything they're supposed to do to go on to the next level.
Okay. I think that's a good reasonable conversation that is kind of letting people know where we stand with doing the changes we're going to make for 2020. I feel real good about changes, and myself being the head coach, I learned a lot too. Some things you can learn to do different. So I've learned that as well, and I feel really good about bringing in Coach Baxter as one of the recruiters and moving Coach Jamie to from offensive coordinator to running back coach and recruiter. They are doing really good at that, bringing in Coach Dalton for the quarterback coaching and offensive coordinator. So I feel really good about that. So how do you feel about that?
I feel strong about it, man. First and foremost, those are faith-based guys. And we preach, God is in everything that we do. And I believe God led this path to where it's at. And by making the changes, Coach Dalton has great experience in doing that. He's still kind of young, but yet he'll be able to relate to the players, and being able to relate to players that want to make it and some that may have a few issues is one thing. Is a key to success. Coach Baxter is related to all the players he brought in. He's actually a great, well-spoken individual that has recruited a lot of great talent, and as well as Coach Jamie Rivas. By them relating to the guys and bringing in good talent and making sure the kind of guys we bring in are football players that meet our criteria, I think and I believe in my heart, because we're one mind, one body, one sound, we're moving in a direction to be very successful for 2020.
Yes, that pretty much sums it up about our program. This is give you a brief. We're going to try to do a coach's corner every few weeks or so, get a different coach on here, and even get people like fans or anything. So to do this, so we're looking to do a lot of different things, and I'm excited about it. And this is you hear it from Director Collar Wallace's mouth, and we'll continue this on, guys. Check us out, man, on our website at www.RamahJucoRams.com, and look us up on Facebook at Ramah JUCO Academy. And you can also look us up at Twitter. I think we haven't created Twitter.
Yeah, it's RamahJucoRams.com.
Okay.
Ramah JUCO.
Ramah JUCO on Twitter.
Yeah.
All right, guys, there it is, man. And we're excited for this 2020 season, and we'll be seeing you guys.